Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your CrossFit Cure at-home workout for Saturday, March 21st, 2020. I'm Coach Levi. This is Coach Cassie. I will be taking you through the movements today, and Cassie is going to demo for us. Our workout today is going to be a variation of Diane. It's actually called Walking Diane, which is deadlifts and handstand walking. So we'll talk about the scales, the at-home modifications for that when we get to the workout, but we're gonna begin with a warm-up. And our warm-up today is a little bit longer, so be ready to move. We're gonna start our warm-up with a 200-meter jog just to get the blood flowing. That was a record 200-meter jog. We've got a long gym here. The next movement we're gonna go into is 10 Frankenstein to Woodpecker. And so one way to think of this is a punter going into a front scale. You are hinging off the same leg. You will do 5 reps each side. Frankenstein to Woodpecker. Next, you should have a timer going. We're gonna go into 30 seconds of Russian baby maker. So Cassie's gonna step out into a squat stance, get her hips down. While you're down here, you have the option to twist around at the bottom or raise and lower your hips. 30 seconds Russian baby maker. From there, you'll go onto your back as we do 30 seconds of Deadbug. Now I know this can be a little complex coordination-wise, but it's one arm and one leg lowering opposite. You have the option to just move your legs if you'd like and keep your arms up. Thanks, Cassie. 30 seconds of Deadbug, and then we'll go onto all fours. We're gonna go into 30 seconds of cat-cow. So this is the cat position, this is the cat position, and then into the cow position. So it's an arch the back and round the back for 30 seconds, getting a nice stretch. Don't rush through this. Go through slow to really get that full range of mobility. The last portion of this is gonna be going into a piked position, and we're gonna go 30 seconds piked shoulder taps. So Cassie's in a pike position, raising each arm, tapping her shoulders. You do have an option to take this down into a plank if this is too much on your shoulders, or even do it from an elevated position off a box. Thanks, Cassie. Next, we're gonna loosen up our arms with 10 arm swings, first forward to backward, and then 10 arm swings across body. Thanks, Cassie. Next, we're gonna go into a 3-minute, as many rounds as possible. You're gonna work through 4 different movements. So this is where you will need some sort of weight, whether that's a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a jug, or a can of paint. Cassie's gonna use a dumbbell for us today. It is gonna be 2 single leg deadlifts on each leg. So she's gonna hinge at the hips, keeping her back straight, lowering down, raising one leg up behind. She's got a nice straight line from shoulder to toe. Great job. 2 each side. And then we're gonna go into 2 deadlifts. So she's gonna widen out her stance a little bit, and this time the dumbbell's gonna go in the middle, and again, pushing the hips back, keeping the back straight, slight bend to the knees. 2 deadlifts. From there, you'll lift the dumbbell up into a goblet squat position, stepping her feet out. She's gonna do 2 goblet squats. And then to finish this off, she's gonna do 2 shoulder presses on each side. So single arm shoulder press. And again, using whatever you have available to press that dumbbell or that water jug, whatever it is, straight up. Thanks, Cassie. So that is our warm up. Again, you're doing those 4 movements for 3 minutes. Next, we will go into our workout. Again, our workout is Walking Diane, and this is to be deadlifts and handstand walks. So we'll talk about the deadlift scale first. This is intended to be heavy. Today, we're gonna use as our heavy object a backpack. And I have filled this backpack with books, with soda cans, with water bottles, just to make it as heavy as possible. If you don't have a heavy object for home, if you have a barbell, great, but if you don't, go ahead and watch our video on how to make heavy objects for home workouts. That is on our CrossFit Cure YouTube page. So once you've got your heavy object, we're gonna go over the deadlift. Go ahead and turn sideways, Cassie. So she's got her stance just below her hips. She's gonna initiate the deadlift by hinging her hips back, soft bend to the knees. Notice she keeps her back straight. And then she's gonna raise her hips and shoulders at the same time, open up the hips all the way. That is our deadlift. You can scale by reducing the range of motion or by lowering down to an elevated position or to a table or a box. Great, thanks, Cassie. And then we'll talk about our handstand scale. So if you cannot walk 50 feet handstands, which is the prescribed movement, what we'll do is we'll take that over. The next scale down is going to be wall walk. So let's head over to the wall and Cassie's going to demonstrate a wall walk for us. Starting on the floor, she's going to step her feet up, begin walking up the wall, pushing her hands back all the way to the top. Great job. And then walking out. Notice as she comes down, she pushes her feet into the wall and walks down. This will prevent you from sliding your legs down and hitting your knees into the ground. Great. So let's go back out to talk about some more scales. If you're unable to do a wall walk or you don't have a good wall that you trust to put your feet on, we can take this back into our piked shoulder taps. So one more time, she's in a piked position and tapping shoulders. If you want to make this more challenging, you can always elevate your knees up onto a chair or onto a table or even onto a countertop to get as vertical as possible. Those are the two movements for our workout. The rep scheme is going to be 42, 30, 18 of deadlifts. So 42 deadlifts, 30 deadlifts, 18 deadlifts. After each set of deadlifts, you will be performing 1 50-foot handstand walk or 3 wall walks or 50 piked shoulder taps. This workout is for time. It is intended to be about 6 to 10 minutes. So record your time in sugar wad once you complete it. That's it for the workout. Now let's talk about a few cool down stretches. We're going to go 30 seconds to a minute on each leg, each side of stand. Well, there's not separate legs on this one, but we're first going to a puppy dog stretch. So 30 seconds to a minute here. This is back arched, not back rounded, so it's a little bit different from our child's pose, but spending a minute there. Then coming up into a standing straddle position. Stepping the feet out, hinging down, keeping the legs straight. This is a good hamstring hip stretch here. If you can get your hands on the ground, great. Otherwise, keep them elevated and you can step out wider as well. The next stretch is going to be a Cobra stretch. 30 seconds to a minute here. And then our final stretch, we're going to use these boxes for. Cassie's going to come over here. You can use, if you don't have a countertop or a table or a wall, you can, or countertop or table, you can go to a wall, placing your hands on, hinging down, pushing your head through your shoulders for 30 seconds to 1 minute. And that's our cool down. Thanks you guys. I hope you enjoy your workout. Don't forget to record in sugar wad and have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.